Hi guys, well in this video I'm going to explain to you how it is that the rich just keep on getting richer. And towards the end of the video I'm going to tell you how you can use this principle to apply to your own finances, and you don't have to wait until you're a millionaire to do it. Hi guys, I'm going to work through an example to show you how the rich become richer. So what we have here, this is our guy working here, multi-millionaire, making £2 million a year. Not so unusual, lots of people make £2 million a year, footballers for instance. In fact, some footballers make £1 million a week. So that's not too unreasonable. This is his pot of money into which he's been investing over time, and this is the unearned income that comes from that pot of money. So he's making his £2 million, and instead of what normal people would do, that is they make money then they live off that, he doesn't do that. Instead he puts it all in there, every penny, and then he lives off what comes out of there. These are in the form of dividends or rental income if it's invested in property. So by doing so, what allows him to do is, although he's only making £2 million a year, he can live a £4 million lifestyle. And that's because he's not spending any money, he's just putting it all in there. Now the beauty of doing this way, and this is how the rich get richer, is they never spend their own money. When they're spending money on new shoes, new clothes, new yachts, it's somebody else's money. Why is that somebody else's money? Well, money doesn't come from nowhere, it has to be worked for. And if they're not working for it, somebody's had to work for it. If it comes from rents, then it's the tenant who's had to work and then pay the rent. And if it comes from dividends from a company, with shares, stocks and shares, ISA and such like, then the employees of that company have had to work very hard in order to generate a profit for the company then to give out a dividend, which he would then live off. All the time, he's not spending a penny of his own money, which means he can keep on adding 100% of it to this pot. So this pot just grows bigger every year, which means as it's invested, it kicks out more income every year, so this keeps on growing every year. And then, of course, next year comes around, he just keeps adding to it, never spending his own money, only spending somebody else's money, and that's how the rich get richer. Now, the effects of this principle of not spending your own money and investing 100% of it, so then you're living off somebody else's income, somebody else's sweat and labor, gets exaggerated the more money you have. So we mentioned a multi-millionaire. Let's look at a billionaire now. So this is £1 billion, 1,000 million. We used to call it in England, by the way, a billion rather, used to be a million, but more often than not we tend to use the American definition now, which is 1,000 million. So let's say our guy gets 10% a year, which is not unusual. So if he's making 10% a year on $1 million, he's making 100 million per year return on that, 100 million being 10% of $1 billion, and he hasn't had to work for it. Now the thing is, I'm betting that, you know, to get to £1 billion you had to first get to £500 million, and I think that by the time you get to £500 million you've pretty much bought all the boys' toys you're going to need. You've got the nice house, you've got the beautiful Bentley outside, you've probably got a second or third house somewhere else, you've probably got a nice yacht, and by the time you get £1 billion you're living quite frugally, in as much that you're not spending so much money because you've done it all, you've got everything, you're a bit bored with it now. So the likelihood is, even though he's made 10 million in that year, that 100 million, he's probably not going to spend it, in which case he's going to just let it roll and chuck it back into the pot, which means that next year he's going to have not £1 billion in there, he's going to have £1.1 billion a year. And of course that's going to grow as well by 10%. So next year he's not going to make 100 million, he's going to make 110 million pounds. He's made 10 million pounds extra and he hasn't had to work for it. He's not done so because he's greedy. He's not done so because he's robbing someone. He doesn't belong to the Freemasons. He doesn't belong to an international cabal of foreign bankers. He's not a reptile in any form. He's not cheating anyone. It's just maths, and it can't be avoided. When you get to these scales, the numbers are so big and it compounds so much, there's nothing he can do but get richer and richer. Well, that's all very nice, but you can't go from zero to hero straight away. There are people like us, and we need to use this principle to make ourselves wealthy, and you don't have to wait until you're a millionaire or a billionaire to do that. So I said at the beginning of the video that you didn't have to wait until you're a millionaire or a billionaire to take advantage of this principle. You can start pretty much straight away. So what I've done here, I've put some more realistic figures on for people like ourselves. And the example I'm going to give is, this is a guy who makes £2,000 a month, not so unusual, but diligently over time he's been adding to this pot until such time that his investments are now kicking out £4,000 a month, which means he or she can invest 100% of their money into the pot, which kicks out £4,000. They can earn only £2,000. If you wish, this is me as a taxi driver, and it will kick out a £4,000 lifestyle. So all the time they're putting in here, this grows in size, kicks out more money, makes this number bigger. Now, I've put patience in big numbers here, big letters rather, and that's because it takes time. Even the billionaire didn't get a billionaire overnight. They didn't go from zero to hero overnight. You look at the likes of Musk, Bezos, Buffett and the like. They made their money over time, sometimes in cases of billionaires 10, 20, 30 or 40 years. In my case, although this is me now, this is me in about 3.5 years time. So I think I'm going to get to there in about 6.5, 7 years time. But it does take time, but you can start using that principle from the get-go. What you have to do first of all is you need a pot. There is a number of steps to get from zero up to hero. The first thing you need is a pot. The second thing you need to do is start adding to that pot, so then it starts kicking out money. Now, it won't kick out £4,000 straight away, which is why I've got this patience here. It will take time. You've got to get through the suck. It's going to take me 6.5 to 7 years to get there now. This is about £1,200 a month after 3.5 years, but it will get faster. It does pick up momentum and growing speed. And so 6.5 to 7 years now. This to me, it changed my lifestyle in terms of my mindset. Oh, mindset, there's a guru-ish word. Let's not call it mindset. I don't like the word mindset. Let's call it attitude. It's changed my attitude to money, and I don't think you'll see this on any other YouTube channel in the UK or in another country for that matter. This is how the rich get richer, and this is how you can too. You've got to stop spending your own money. Eventually, it doesn't happen straight away, and then you've got to start living off this. So what happens is all your money goes in there. This gets bigger, kicks out more money. Your lifestyle will increase because there's more money in there every year, and you don't touch this. Every time you buy something, every time you buy a beer at a bar, every time you spend money going on holiday, you're doing so knowing that somebody else has had to work hard for it and not you. But it takes time, guys. Don't be stupid and don't be normal.